Hey everyone, my presentation will talk about China. So the first one is the socio-economic and the political. The country evolved to the rank of the second largest global economy and had the largest exchange reserves in the world. China's Communist Party used the term of a socialist market economy to describe the national economic system. They exercise effective control over their national economic engine. The party recognized that it was in the best national interest not to isolate economically from the rest of the world. Beyond trade, the Prime Minister Deng Xiaoping invited investment from abroad into China, and today many foreign companies function alongside the state-owned Chinese industries. Some Chinese citizens believe that the economy works for the sake of the people rather than for making the investors rich. They think that the investors make profits, but they are under the party's control. They see that the party controls the large industrial production for the benefit of the people. Industrial output and mechanic and uh, An important mechanism of controlling the economy is the credit given by the state banks. China has about 150 state-owned institutions that are reporting directly to the central government in Beijing, and they choose their CEOs and keep the profits. Very importantly, the law protects the person's right to own property, very much unlike the Marxist theory. The Communist Party members have grown out of the rigged communist diagrams, uh, guided by their experiences rather from their recent history. And the second one is history of China language. China is one of the oldest civilizations with more than 5,000 years of history. China was well known for the Great Wall that was built in 221 BC by a leader of great talent and incredible vision. He established the first centralized, unified, and multi-ethnic state in the Chinese history. During the Qin dynasty, this man became the first emperor of China, and we know him as Qin Shi Huang. He standardized the script, currencies, weights, and measurements. He also established the system of prefectures and country. The beginning of Qin dynasty, that was the time when China became a country. It started to develop its economic and political system. The best way to describe this beautiful country is to start with its language. To understand the culture, one needs to know the language. In English, there are few dozens letters, but the Chinese language has well developed thousands of complex signs, and that perfectly represents morphemes and words. The Chinese writing dates from 3,500 years ago. One of the interesting facts about the Chinese language is that our language is the longest continually used writing system in the world. The Chinese language has the oldest writing system in East Asia. In America, when we talk about the Mandarin, we mean Standard Chinese. It is the official language in China. Beijing dialect plays a big role in our current language because the Standard Chinese language was based on. Currently, China has two systems for Chinese character. The traditional characters are still used in Taiwan, Macau, Hong Kong. The simplified character system created by the People's Republic of China in 1954 with scope of increasing mass literacy in the society. The Chinese language is very different than other languages in the world because during the act of speaking, the Chinese people use tones to distinguish the words. China is a large, united, multiple national state and is composed of 56 ethnic groups. In mainland China, there are many local dialects, and because of such different varieties of languages, people have to communicate with each other through memory. The third one is cultural system in China. More than 1 billion people are living in China today, representing 56 ethnic minority groups. China has enormous diversity in terrain, climate, and especially people. Because of the diversity, China has been a multi-regional country since back to the ancient times. The famous one is Confucianism, that plays a very significant role in today's Chinese society. This religion represents the soul of the Chinese culture, being rooted in the feudalism society's ideology. However, Confucianism did not assimilate into the social belief. It set up a secure base for tolerance to other religions. China has the most enduring religion philosopher tradition in the world. In China, Confucianism, Taoism, and later with Buddhism have constituted the three teachings of the philosophy points of view, which had a significant impact on developing the Chinese culture and the religion. Before Mao time, the emperors of China claimed the mandate of heaven, a principle used to identify the power of the emperor of China. Due to this belief, people think that the heaven has chosen the ruler of China, and they believe the emperor is the son of heaven. In China, there are 5 official sections religions: Chinese Patriotic Catholic Association, 3 Self-Patriotic Movement, Islamic Association of China, Chinese Taoist Association, Buddhist Association of China. The religious groups need to register with the government, which usually register in the local offices. The state administration for religious affairs has to monitor the legitimacy or religious activity. The unregistered groups like underground Catholics, Muslims, house churches, Falun Gong, and the Buddhists can face various degrees of punishment like imprisonment, torture, and face forced religious conversion. Today, besides believers, there are many it's due to the Mao time, because that's why today in China there's not that many people believing in anything. And the fourth one is media. That's here we have to admit that the Chinese government's tools of controls and censorship directed to stop the origin of independent reporting. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights indicates that the freedom of the press is essential for democracy and human rights. We know that information is power. Therefore, the monopoly of information in China comes from the government fear of change. The Chinese Communist Party applied necessary party principle to the media. This principle started that the press should reflect the party's ideology and that it must disseminate the party's programs, politics, and directives. Deng Xiaoping tried to improve on party's legitimacy and the economy by creating an atmosphere of openness and political reforms. Carried over the media. He left restrictions on intellectual inquiries and inspired the media to expand the channel of information for economic improvement. Thank you.